Your phone might not be ready for this. I went deep into the app stores to hunt down the most realistic, high-graphics mobile games you can play right now. These are the top 15 high-graphics games for Android and iOS in 2026. Let's see which phones survive this list. Number 15. Faces fits perfectly into a list of the most realistic mobile games, especially when it comes to gunplay and map design. The weapons feel grounded, recoil matters, and firefights rely more on positioning and reaction than flashy abilities. What instantly came to my mind while playing were those classic Counter-Strike moments, especially old maps like AWP India or AWP Lego, where it's all about clean aim and direct face-to-face clashes. If you're looking for a realistic FPS experience on mobile that feels familiar to classic PC shooters, and becomes even better with friends, Faces is a strong pick. Number 14. SlickTires Racing is a pretty straightforward racing game. Nothing too crazy. You jump in, pick a car, and just race. The driving feels okay, cars have some weight, and turning corners actually needs a bit of control, which makes it feel more realistic than super arcade racers. Visually, it's clean and easy on the eyes, and the sound does its job without being distracting. It's the kind of game you play when you just want to race a few laps and relax, not something super deep or competitive. It may not be a must-play, but for a simple and realistic racing experience on mobile, SlickTires Racing does what it needs to do. Number 13. Game of Thrones Kingsroad hits differently for me because I've always been a big Game of Thrones fan. Being able to pull out my phone and step into the world of Westeros feels special in a way not many mobile games do. You explore familiar locations, meet iconic characters, and get involved in political conflicts that actually feel connected to the series' tone. Gameplay mixes action combat with ERPG progression, letting you build your character, choose skills, and survive dangerous encounters across the realm. The visuals lean toward a realistic style, and the environments do a solid job capturing that cold, gritty Game of Thrones atmosphere. I think it is great action RPG and every Game of Thrones fan must play. Number 12. If you played the Wild America version that Handy Games dropped last year, you know these guys don't mess around with ports. This just came out a few days ago, and it is hands down one of the best-looking hunting sims on mobile right now. It's not an arcade shooter where you just tap heads. You have to track blood trails, watch the wind direction so animals don't smell you, and actually be patient. The map is massive, around 144 square kilometers, and you can explore it freely. They've got wolves, brown bears, and wild boars, and the animal behavior is honestly kind of scary with how realistic it is. It is a premium game, but they usually offer a try-and-buy version if you want to test performance before dropping cash. If you want a slow-paced, gorgeous simulation, this is it. Number 11. Heartopia just dropped globally a couple of weeks ago, and I have been absolutely hooked on how gorgeous it looks. You are not just building a house here, you are designing a whole lifestyle. The character customization is incredibly detailed, letting you tweak everything from your facial features to your daily outfits. What I love most is the pacing. You can spend hours gardening, fishing, or cooking without feeling rushed by aggressive timers. Since it is a multiplayer game, you will see other players running around the town, which makes the world feel genuinely alive rather than empty. You can invite friends over to your place, check out their designs, or just hang out in the public hubs. It is great visually, probably one of the best-looking casual games out right now. Number 10. If you've been hunting for something that captures that GTA 5 vibe on mobile but focuses purely on the chaos and physics, Los Angeles Crimes is exactly where you need to be. There isn't a story mode here, so don't expect to follow a narrative. Instead, you get a massive playground. You can jump into team deathmatches, zombie survival modes, or just race cars on impossible tracks. The best part? The community creates a lot of this content. You can play offline if you just want to mess around with the editor, or hop online to play with friends. It supports controllers too, which makes driving feel much tighter. It's rough around the edges, but for a free sandbox, it's an absolute blast. Number 9. The Hidden Ones stands out with its strong cartoon anime and manga-inspired style, and that's a big reason why it caught my attention. I've always enjoyed games with this kind of theme, especially when they focus heavily on combat, and this one clearly leans into that direction. The art style feels stylish rather than childish, and it gives the game its own identity while still keeping things intense and serious. Combat is where the game really shines. Fights feel fast but controlled, with flashy moves, smooth animations, and clear impact behind every hit. Each character has a unique fighting style, which keeps battles feeling fresh. If you like anime-style action games and care about strong combat design, The Hidden Ones is easily one of the better recent standouts. Number 8. Nizhan Future is basically Tencent flexing their massive budget to create a sci-fi shooter that looks and plays like a console title. Gameplay-wise, it is a chaotic hybrid. It's not just your standard run-and-gun PvP. They have thrown in everything: mech piloting, intense PvE, zombie survival modes, and even tower defense elements. The gunplay feels punchy and arcade-fast, leaning heavily into that futuristic military aesthetic. Now, for the reality check. As of January 2026, this beast is fresh out in China. That means you aren't going to find it on the global Google Play Store just yet. You might need a WeChat or QQ account to get past the login screen. But if you are willing to sideload it or have a China App Store account, it is visually one of the most impressive shooters out right now. Number 7. If you've ever wanted a life simulator that feels a bit more like a GTA roleplay server than The Sims, you need to check out Sunday City. You start with absolutely nothing, and your goal is to grind your way up to becoming a business mogul. What I love is that it's an actual open world. You aren't just clicking menus, you're walking around, driving cars, and actually interacting with the city. The progression feels rewarding because you can go from riding a cheap scooter to owning luxury sports cars and running your own shops. It is an online game, so you'll see other players running around, which makes the city feel alive. If you want a casual RP experience on your phone without the chaos of a shooter, give this a shot. Number 6. Arena Breakout isn't just a shooter, it is a full-blown anxiety simulator. The concept is simple but brutal. You spawn in, you loot valuable gear, and you try to get to an extraction point alive. If you die, you lose everything you brought with you. Your gun, your armor, your meds, gone. This high-stakes loop changes how you play entirely. Graphically, it is arguably the best-looking FPS on mobile right now. But the real star here is the gunsmith system. You can strip a weapon down to the receiver and build it back up with hundreds of parts. It is essentially escape from Tarkov in your pocket. This is not for casual play. It demands your full attention, a good pair of headphones, and a lot of patience. But if you want a tactical shooter that treats you like an adult, this is the one. Number 5. Truckers of Europe 3 feels like the closest thing we have to Euro Truck Simulator 2 on mobile. From the moment you start driving, the focus on realism is clear. Long highways, detailed trucks, and that calm, slow-paced driving style that's all about patience and control. It's not a game you rush through, it's one you relax with, just cruising across Europe and enjoying the road. Driving at night, in fog, or during heavy rain actually changes how the game feels, not just how it looks. If you're looking for a realistic simulator where visuals, sound, and atmosphere all work together, Truckers of Europe 3 earns its spot on this list. Number 4. Where Winds Meet has officially touched down on mobile. If you've seen the PC or PS5 gameplay, you know this isn't just another autoplay MMO. The freedom here is the headline. You aren't just locked into combat, you're running across rooftops, walking on water, and using martial arts to interact with the environment in ways that feel completely natural. The combat is fast, fluid, and relies on actual skill. Graphically, it is heavy. You are going to need a decent phone to run this maxed out, but the optimization for the global launch is great. It's easily one of the most ambitious titles we've seen all year. Number 3. Car Parking Multiplayer 2 is already a well-known and successful game, and it's no surprise that it's one of the most recommended titles on both the App Store and Google Play. Over time, it built a strong community, and this sequel feels like a more confident, more complete version of something players already love. The realistic graphics play a big role in that immersion. Cars look great, environments are detailed, and the driving itself feels grounded and natural. What really stands out to me is how the game becomes a social space. It's not just about parking or driving. It's a way to hang out with friends who live far away, cruise around together, and spend time in the same world even when you're apart. Number 2. Arknights Endfield just dropped, and it is an absolute monster of a game. First off, forget everything you know about the original Arknights. This isn't a 2D tower defense anymore. We're talking about a massive 3D RPG that honestly looks like it belongs on a console. You have your fast-paced combat where you control a squad of 4 characters, swapping them in and out to chain elemental combos. But the real hook here is the factory system. You literally build automated production lines to gather resources while you're out fighting. It's like they smashed Genshin Impact and Satisfactory together. The graphics are amazing, the world is dangerous, and the production value is through the roof. It requires an internet connection to play, especially with the gacha elements, but it's easily one of the most ambitious mobile launches we've seen in years. Number 1. I can't believe I'm finally saying this, but the full 2013 Tomb Raider reboot is actually coming to our phones. This isn't a spin-off or a card game. It is the complete gritty console experience. Feral Interactive is handling the port, which is the best news we could ask for because they handled Alien Isolation and Grid Autosport perfectly. You are getting the full campaign with all the DLCs and controller support. Keep in mind, this is a premium title. It's set to cost around $19.99, but you're getting a massive offline adventure with 0 ads or microtransactions. It officially drops on February 12, 2026, so right now it is in pre-order status. If you have a powerful device and about 10 gigs of free space, this is going to be the benchmark for realistic mobile graphics this year.